Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to monetize your Opera extension. It's really simple. We've made it as easy as possible, so it's pretty much just going to be a matter of copying and pasting some code, doing some light configuration, and then you're all set to go to accept payments. So let's get right into the video. We will be using the BrowserBill website, which is our website, and you can take a look through it. I'm going to leave the link to browserbill.com in the description. So the first step is just go here, and while we're on the homepage, you may as well open the Getting Started tutorial and the SDK tutorial, because we're going to need, not SDK tutorial, just our SDK, because we're going to need these at a later point. You can open them up later, but I'm just going to open them up now, just to make it easier. But after you've done that, then you're going to want to create an account and then verify your email and then log in. Obviously, I already have an account, so if I go here, I'm just going to be automatically logged in. But after you've created an account and logged in, then go to the dashboard as I am, and we can actually get into setting up the extension. So the first thing you're going to need to do is create an extension. So I'm just going to click new here, and I'll call it Opera extension. Then we have the code here. Now the code, this is essentially just a unique identifier for your extension. So you're just going to be referencing this in your JavaScript code. So you can set it as whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Opera extension. Then click create. So here we have the extension all fully created, and here's the extension's little dashboard. Now we want to create a plan. So the plan, this is actually what the users will be, paying for. So this is the premium service that they're getting. So, people, you can call this, again, whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Pro Plan, which is a pretty basic thing. Then this is the price. It's in USD, so I'm going to set it to $10, and you can set it as one time, monthly, yearly, whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it at one time for the minute, and then click Create Plan. So now we have our plan created right here. And one thing we will note while we're here is the ID of the plan. So we're going to need this later. Basically, we're going to need the code of the extension and the ID of the plan that we want to charge the user for. But this is all the work we need to do on the dashboard. That is all done and ready to go. And now it's actually time to write the code. So open up, create a new folder for your extension. This is an empty folder, and open it up in your preferred code editor. I'm just going to use Visual Studio. And the first thing we're going to need to do is create the manifest. So create a file called manifest.json. And so if you created browser extensions before, the manifest.json is essentially just some metadata about the extension. And so we're going to be getting it from the Getting Started tutorial. We'll go back to this step. I accidentally skipped that one, but we'll go back there and just copy this, the create manifest, and we're going to paste this into the manifest.json. And so essentially this just provides information about the extension, so you can kind of ignore a lot of this. It's all set up and ready to go. The important things I will point out is this, which is basically just saying that the default popup is popup.html, which we'll create in a moment. And it's basically just saying when they click the extensions icon, we want to open up popup.html. Then we also have the permissions here, which is storage. Now this is probably the most important thing in here in regards to BrowserBill. BrowserBill does need this. If this is not here, then BrowserBill will not function correctly. So we've got that all set up and ready to go. Now we need to get the SDK. Now there's a variety of things we can do here to get it, that you can clone it, you can download the zip, you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to be really lazy, and I'm just going to copy the code. So first of all, I'm going to create a file called BrowserBill SDK.js in here, and then I'm going to copy the code. So you don't need to change anything here. We've written all this code, so it's all set and ready to go. And this is basically just provides all the functionality of BrowserBill, so you can charge your user and do all that important stuff. And then so after that, we need to create the popup.html. So this is the actual popup. This is the interface of the extension. So create a file called popup.html, paste in the code. Some things I will point out here is that we have Bootstrap being imported right here, just for styling. Then I think the more important things down here, we have the SDK being imported. We need this because popup.js, which we're going to be making in the next step, requires BrowserBill SDK. So if this isn't here, then Popup has no access to BrowserBill SDK. Then we also have the user's current status. We're going to be displaying that and customizing that with Popup.js. Then we have the manage and purchase buttons, which we're all going to be controlling the logic in Popup.js. So now that we've done that, the final step we need to do is create Popup.js. So create a file called popup.js. And then so we have the configuration at the top, which we'll do right now. And this is what I was talking about earlier. On your dashboard, copy your code that you created and paste this into here. Then copy the plan ID and paste it into here. So that's all the configuration we need to do. And so I'm just going to run through this code right now. So basically we're creating an instance of BrowserBill for the extension. So we're saying all the requests are in relation to this extension. Then this runs every time the pop-up is opened. We get the user information, and then we can check whether the user has paid. And this is a Boolean, so if it is true, then we want to hide the payment button, show the manage button, and change the paid status to paid. And so if they click the payment button, then we want to open the payment page for this plan ID. So we're basically saying we want them to check out for this plan. Then we have the manage button. So if they click the manage button, then it opens the management page. So it's really simple one-line operations in regards to BrowserBill. We've made it as easy as possible. And so that's all the code we need to write to get BrowserBill up and running in our extension. And we can now actually load the extension. So go back to Opera, click extensions, make sure you enable developer mode at the top, click load unpacked, and just go to wherever yours is. And just open the folder and click select folder. Cool, so now we have it and we should be able to see it here. I'm just going to pin it to make it easier. And so if we click the icon, as you can see, we've got the pop-up that we made, and we have the current status is unpaid, obviously, because we've only just installed it. Then we can click purchase, which is going to open up the pop-up right here. And so we have the checkout. This is the name of the extension, the plan, and $10. So we can click purchase. Because we haven't connected Stripe, this is just going to be a test payment. Purchase successful. So now we can actually go back to the extension and restart it as it says. So if we restart the extension, you'll see current status is paid, and we have the manage button. So now we can actually manage our purchase. If this was a subscription, there'd be buttons here to, cancel it or do whatever, change payment details. But because it's a one-time fee, we don't have that. And it just shows details about our purchase. So that's all there is to it. It's really simple, very straightforward. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about it, please leave them in the comments below or reach out to our support team so we can assist you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.